On a bus traveling through remote mountains, a passenger who didn't look human suddenly showed up. Welcome to the ghost story series, The Ghost Passenger. This happened in the summer of 2017, after summer break. I'd just gotten back to school when I heard my grandpa was seriously ill. According to our local customs, before an elder passes away, the younger generation must come back to see them one last time. So with a heavy heart, I took the afternoon train to the county station. It was almost dark, and the county was still a ways from my hometown. Anxious to get home, I willingly got into an unlicensed van. There were 2 empty seats in the van. The driver, wanting to make more money, kept looking for more passengers outside. I was in a hurry, which is why I got on the van, so I yelled at him in frustration. The driver, unable to find more passengers, and afraid of losing the ones he had, he got into the van and started driving. At first, the van was moving quickly, and I was figuring out what time I would get home when something went wrong. The van suddenly shook, and then came to an abrupt stop. Due to the inertia, my forehead slammed into the seat in front of me. Before I could react, I heard the other passengers cursing. The van stalled and wouldn't start again, leaving us stranded in the middle of nowhere. The driver was frustrated, claiming his van had never had this problem before. In the end, he asked us to get out and help push the van. Although everyone was grumbling, we had no choice but to help get the van started. Luckily, the road was flat, so it wasn't too hard to push. After a few tries, we finally heard the engine running smoothly. The driver called us back into the van and said some polite words of thanks. I urged him to stop talking nonsense and just drive. As the van started moving again, I caught a glimpse of a strange figure in the back seat. The person's face was ashen, with furrowed brows, looking deeply troubled. Why does this person look so unfamiliar? Because I deliberately counted the number of people in the van. When I first got on, there were clearly only 3 other passengers, but now there was an extra passenger, and the other passengers didn't seem surprised by his presence. It seemed like I was the only one who could see him. I figured he must have gotten on while we were pushing the van. After reassuring myself, I leaned back to rest. Just as I was about to fall asleep, there was another sudden stop. After hitting my head again, I was about to lose my temper, but the driver started yelling first. Are you standing in the middle of the road at night waiting to get hit? It turned out this time it wasn't a vehicle issue, but someone had stopped the van, one tall and one short. Both were wearing identical black robes, with strange but calm expressions, as if they weren't afraid of getting hit. The men in black didn't care about the driver's scolding, and walked stiffly towards the van. The driver, fearing they were robbers, quickly got back into the van. However, they were very strong, and forced the door open to get in. Only one of them got in, while the other stayed outside, as if to prevent anyone from escaping. Once the tall one got in, the temperature inside the van dropped sharply. He didn't care about our questioning looks, and slowly walked to the back seat. The extra passenger saw the man in black get in, and started trembling with fear. At the same time, he seemed ready to surrender. The tall one walked up to him without a word, grabbed his neck and started dragging him out. Neither the captor nor the captive said a word during the whole process, leaving us all confused. The extra passenger was then dragged into the darkness by the 2 men in black. Does anyone know when that passenger got on? The driver was annoyed with the stowaway, and we all looked at each other, having no recollection of him. We finally guessed that the passenger must have owed something to the men in black, which is why he was being chased with no escape. He must have snuck into the van while we were pushing it. With a reasonable explanation, no one thought much more about it. But I still felt something was off. The direction those 3 left was the same as ours. Yet we didn't see them at all along the way. You have to understand, that mountain road didn't have any turns. As I was lost in thought, I suddenly saw police lights flashing ahead. There had been an accident on the mountain road. The driver quickly slowed down, and we all looked out the window. The police were examining a badly damaged red car, with a bloody corpse in the front seat. The deceased's appearance and even his clothes looked exactly like the passenger who was just forcibly taken away by the man in black. When everyone saw this scene, they were in an uproar again. Even if the traffic police received the report and arrived at the accident scene immediately, it would still take at least half an hour. That means the accident happened half an hour ago, but we saw the deceased alive just 10 minutes ago. If by chance the 2 looked alike, then who was the man in black who took him away? Maybe someone guessed that there were 2 men in black, one tall and one short, who were the famous black and white impermanents from ghost stories, but their clothes colors didn't match. In short, this whole thing is bizarre.